Hi Cancer, welcome back to my channel Tarot Z. I am Z and I'm going to be doing your tarot reading, finding out what are the messages for the cards that come out in this reading for you today. Thank you so much for joining and for being here for the reading. So let's begin. Let's find out what cards come out, what messages come through, the cards that come out in this reading. So the first card we have is the Three of Cups. Got some water sign energy with this. Could be dealing with a Cancer, a Pisces, or even a Scorpio. We have the Two of Cups. And we've got the Five of Swords in the reverse. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Cups. So this Ten of Cups showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being able to experience being in the right relationship. This feels like an energy of being able to also have a sense of emotional fulfillment in a relationship. This does feel like an energy that feels right, especially within a relationship. But I do feel like on an emotional level, this does feel like an energy of being in a good place. I do feel like with this Ten of Cups showing up over here, this also feels like an energy of actually having a goal, of being able to reach a sense of being able to get to the right place. This feels like an energy of being on track of being able to get to that place with somebody who's quite like-minded. I do feel like it's a harmonious energy within a relationship and being able to make things work with someone who has the same mindset as you. I do feel like they are after the same thing. I do feel like there could be a strong emotional connection, but I also feel like things could feel quite good and harmonious within this connection as well. I do feel like when it comes to being able to get that sense of harmony in this connection, it's easy to be able to tap into. With the Three of Cups showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being able to experience good times when it comes to how this person feels about you, and even when it comes to how they feel about being around you. This does feel like an energy of being able to actually experience a lot of good times with you. And I do feel like when it comes to the way this person feels about you, they associate you with that energy of being able to experience good times and positive emotions being evoked in them. I do feel like with the Three of Cups, this does also feel like an energy of being able to have a reason to celebrate. So this does feel like when it comes to how this person feels about you, I do feel like there's a sense of being in a space where they're quite excited about you. I do feel like there's a sense of being in a space where they do feel joy when it comes to how they feel about this connection as well. I do feel like you could have a strong foundation of friendship in this connection. I do feel like things may have started as friendship, and being able to take things to the next level could have come as easily as what feels like the natural next step. I do also feel like with the Three of Cups, you could have a strong friendship in your connection with this person, but also feel like your friendships with the other people outside of this connection also quite strong. Do feel like an energy of being able to experience a sense of harmony when it comes to being around people who matter to you the most, and that you matter the most to. And this feels like an energy of being able to experience the sense of good times being able to come together. So this also could be being able to be out and about and being able to derive a lot of good emotions and good results from that. I do feel like with the Two of Cups showing up over here, it feels like an energy of wanting to be able to actually have a relationship. I also feel like an energy of coming together with somebody who's quite like-minded. With this Two of Cups showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being able to make things work because you're on the same page. I do also feel like there's a sense of mutual emotional exchange between the two of you. When it comes to your feelings, this person feels the same way about you, and I do feel like that energy or that vision of this connection with you is mirrored back to you. So this does feel like an energy of being able to meet somebody who's quite like-minded, and because of that, I do feel like you are in connection with someone who you have the potential to have a pretty strong emotional connection. I also feel like there's a sense of being able to have a really strong partnership because of just how supportive it is. I do feel like with this Two of Cups, this does also feel like an energy of an intention of being able to have a relationship. And even with the Ten of Cups at the bottom of the deck, this does feel like an energy of having that as an end goal. And with the Two of Cups, this does feel like an energy of being open to being able to move towards that. With the Five of Swords showing up in the reverse, this feels like an energy of being able to connect from a more authentic space. I do feel like there's a sense of being in a space where somebody is done with playing emotional games or any kind of mind games. This feels like an energy of kind of putting down swords and wanting to be able to connect for real. within this connection. This does also feel like an energy of wanting to be able to kind of stand up for this connection. This does feel like an energy of the person you're dealing with is in a space where I do feel like they're quite, it's like they're determined. They're going to fight for this connection. I also feel like even if that means fighting against anything that's like a hindrance or a barrier within the emotional connection, it feels like an energy of someone kind of defending this connection because it does mean a lot to them. So I'm going to clarify these cards. We have the Page of Wands. And we have the Three of Pentacles. We've got the Queen of Swords. And we have the Star card. So with the Star card, we do have some Aquarius energy. Could be dealing with an Aquarius. So this Star card showing up over here, this feels like very hopeful energy. I do feel like there's a sense of also feeling this connection as one that really is hitting someone quite deeply as far as feeling connected with this connection. This does feel like a sense of also being in a space where somebody's really missing you. There could be distance here, but I do feel like when it comes to that distance, this person is in a space where they are really missing you. They're thinking quite deeply about this connection, and I feel that they are thinking about it fondly. This does also feel like an energy of being in a space where someone's holding on to hope and is feeling quite positive about the future of this connection. I do feel like with the Page of Wands showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being in a space where there could be a start of being able to actually explore this connection in a sense of being able to take things into a new direction. It feels like it's starting out. I do feel like with the Page of Wands, this feels like a pretty enthusiastic and excited energy when it comes to how this person feels about you as well as this connection and its future. Do you feel like there's a sense of wanting to be able to work on a connection and being excited to do that with you? You could be dealing with somebody younger than you, or there could be an age difference within this connection with this Page of Wands. But I do feel like there's a sense of somebody who's in a space where they're quite motivated. I do feel like this person feels quite motivated towards making things work in this connection with you. I do feel like with the Three of Pentacles showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being able to have a connection where being able to work things out between the two of you could be, I do feel like there's a sense of being able to experience a lot of cooperation between the two of you when it comes to making things work because there's compatibility here. Do you feel like you align with this person on a lot of things, and there could actually be a pretty strong compatibility between yourself and this person, especially when it comes to going after this connection. And with this Two of Cups showing up over here, do you feel like with the Three of Pentacles, this also feels like an energy of you could be dealing with somebody from work or somebody who is from a work setting when it comes to how you meet, or even when it comes to how this connection starts. I do feel like with the Three of Pentacles, this feels like an energy of being recognized in a space where it is perhaps for other things like work or study. I do feel like with the Queen of Swords, this does feel like an energy of being in a space where there is a sense of trying to be able to uphold a certain standard in a connection and being in a space where it's like you're not going to stand for anything less than what you expect. I do feel like with this Queen of Swords showing up over here, this does feel like a pretty direct energy. This also feels like a sense of being able to have good communication because of that. And I do feel like with the Five of Swords showing up in the reverse, this person's open to that energy. This does feel like an energy of being able to understand where that's coming from. You could be dealing with somebody who's quite direct. I do feel like this person is someone who's not going to sugarcoat it. So I do feel like there's a sense of being able to have a lot of openness and honesty when it comes to the communication. And for that reason, I do feel like it's easier to get on the same page, especially when it comes to this person being able to be open with you as far as them being able to actually share with you, especially through communication. But with this Five of Swords showing up in the reverse, this does feel like an energy of being able to have a lot of openness to this energy and being understanding and being able to actually welcome it. I do feel like with this Queen of Swords showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being in a space where there's a desire to not repeat the past and being quite serious about that. So I do feel like with this Five of Swords in the reverse, there's a sense of understanding when it comes to it. And I do feel like when it comes to this person's way of approaching things. There's a sense of being able to understand where this person's coming from. But with this Queen of Swords, this does feel like an energy of a person who do feel like they are someone who has gone through their difficulties in past relationships and has learned from that and is kind of trying to apply those lessons even within this connection for the sake of being able to have a connection not go the wrong way or not be able to lose themselves within a connection with you. So I'm going to clarify these cards. So we have the Soulmate card. And we have Reconciliation. And we have Let Your Friends Help You. So the Soulmate card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of somebody who's in a space where I do feel like this person's really enjoying this experience of getting to know you, of being in this connection with you. It does feel like it's also a sense of them being in a space where they feel it on as a soulmate connection when it comes to the way they feel this connection with you. And I do feel like there's a sense of being in a space where there is a strong connection over here. This does feel like an energy of being able to experience a connection, also moving to the next level, where I do feel like there could actually be reason for being able to have friends and family come together for the sake of the celebration of a connection or a milestone within this connection with this person. I do feel like with the Reconciliation card showing up over here, it's pertaining to Two of Cups. It feels like an energy of being able to experience a connection where there's a sense of being able to experience a sense of familiarity in this connection when you come together. I do feel like there is a sense of being able to also pick up where you left off when it comes to being able to have a connection, be able to move forward and pick up from where it there could have been somewhat of a time apart within this connection. Do you feel like with this Reconciliation card showing up over here, it feels like an energy of someone who is missing you? Also getting this pertaining to Star card. And this does feel like an energy of them kind of returning to your life. Do you feel like the Let Your Friends Help You card showing up over here? It does feel like an energy of someone who's in a space where they're letting their friends know about you. They're letting their family know about you, know about this connection. And even perhaps even seeking advice from outside of this connection. Do you feel like there's a sense of kind of seeking out counsel? With the Five of Swords in the reverse, it also feels like an energy of someone who's kind of standing up to family and friends when it comes to being able to experience this connection as being able to stand up for it and be able to let it be known that this is what they want. Do you feel like with this Let Your Friends Help You card showing up over here, so getting it pertaining into the Ten of Cups, with the Ten of Cups showing up over here, this does feel like a pretty local energy. You could be dealing with somebody who is local, but I also get that with the Star card could also be someone distant in the who's quite distant from you. But I do feel like there's a sense of being able to have a sense of integrating you into their life or wanting to be able to do that, and that's a goal. So those are the messages I'm getting with these cards for you, Cancer, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, Cancer.